Hey everyone, in this UFC 5 how to practice video, I want to walk you through the practice mode and show you, how you access all of the moves and how you try them out without getting your head caved in an online match or playing career. So on the left hand side, go down to learn and you see it says read the training manual and enter practice mode. So let's have a little look. So we're going to go with practice mode first, and we can always access the training manual when we're in there. But this is a nice place where you can practice everything. Now there are different things in practice for you to use. So you've got the AI behavior, so artificial intelligence behavior. So this is basically the CPU opponent that you're going to be up against. So you've got the ability to go inert, where the character will just stay still like a human punchback, which is lovely. You've got strike recording, where you can record a sequence and then learn to defend or attack against it. You've got basic defense, skilled defense, basic striking, skilled striking. So the character's going to defend against your moves but not strike you back. These ones, they're going to attack you, but this is basic, this is advanced. Basic ground game, so if you want more interested in grappling and stuff like that, skilled ground game, or go basic free sparring or skilled free sparring. You can also have your health indicators on, your stamina on or off, and your damage indicator on or off. Entirely up to you there. So health is going to give you a health bar, funny enough, and you'll see how that gets depleted. Stamina, same thing, but for stamina, and damage indicator is going to show you the damage that you're taking. So let's just start and then pick a corner. So you're free to go red or blue, so I'm going to go with the red side. So I've moved the left stick to the red. And then you can see we've got all of these fighters here. So we've got featured fighters, we've got all fighters, and we've also got created fighters. So if you're interested in having a little look at a fighter that you've created yourself, you can have a little look through all of these ones here and have a little go with those if you so wish. So entirely up to you there, or you can use a famous fighter or a fighter in the game. So let's have a little look at Leon Edwards. So a kickboxer here, so highly rated. So we'll have a little look at him as the champion here on the red side, and then you can pick whether you want to go champion look or the fight night look. So I'm going to go champion look, and then who you want to have as the opponent. So we'll go with Kevin Holland here. And then it'll set up the practice environment for us so we can learn how to play the game, or how to fight. So when we're in this area here, we see some strike damage here. So my character's on the right hand side here. And to begin with, I can just sort of move between all of my buttons here and get an idea of what things are going to do for me. But obviously, if you've never played the game before, you're not going to have a clue what to do here. So if you hit the pause button, you've got then access to whether you want to resume or restart the practice, whether you want to change the size, change the fighters. But more importantly, we've got the game help down here. Now, if you select this will show you moves, the training manual, control, submissions, transitions, blah, 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 all these different things. So the big ones that I would suggest you have a little look at are the training manual, the moves, and the controls initially. You can obviously build up your knowledge over time. So the training manual, this is quite a nice area. So you can see punches, it says straights and jabs, and it tells you what to do. So you've got X or Y as your punches. And then if you move the right stick like it shows above here, it shows you what to do, for something a bit more interesting, like the second one is hooks, and the right stick next is uppercuts and overhands. So they're like the main types of punches that are available in the game, and you can see the controls for each of these here. So when you've had a little look at those, then what you want to be doing is coming back out of here, going to the practice, and for example, X was the standard punch, and then I could try left trigger, which is a loaf punch with X, left button to do this punch here, and just mix them up. So there's X and Y, and get used to that sort of punching mode here. And I can see the damage that it's causing with that damage indicators down the bottom there. So we can see what's a more powerful punch like that one, strike damage 20.5, 28.5 compared to 19 from just that straight jab there. So still a fair bit of damage there. Quite nice as well, as you can see the damage appearing on the character. So he's got a bit of a bloody nose there, my opponent. But it's obviously quite easy to hit an opponent that's just standing there, but it gets you used to all of the controls. So if we hit the pause button again, we can change things about the practice here. So if we go to the practice settings, if you're finding any of that stuff annoying, such as the damage indicator, you can turn this off. And here it tells you a bit more of what each of these things does. So you can see damage indicator, how much damage each strike does. I can say I want that off now. I can look at the AI behavior and see what it says here. So this one lets you record attacks using your opponent and then replay them to improve your response. So I really like that mode, because let's have a little look at that. So we'll resume with that on. So what this says is it'll set it up slightly differently, but you've got this recording on, recording off. Okay, so let's have a little look at the recording. So I'll press left on the D-pad, and now I've got control over my opponent. So there was a little thing there. So let's have a little look at the playback. So we can see this little move here. So while that's on, I can go forward and sort of try and learn to defend against this. So you can see I'm holding the right trigger here just to get used to that and thinking about what might work against that. So I could go forwards maybe with a kick. So we could try that. You see it's quite hard to defend against that, so because it's quite a combo, and you can see he's just bust my nose there. So it's quite a good way of just thinking about, you know, we obviously need to block here, but then think about what we could maybe hit. Not a lot really, maybe that right in the mush. Yeah, that works quite well. So that's a right button and a kick. Have that in your face. So when you're bored of that area, you can hit right on the D-pad to turn it off. You can reset it by hitting the one on the bottom. And now you can see when we try and play back, there's nothing there. So I would redo it here. So that's all the left D-pad. So let's pause and have a little look at something else. So we go practice settings again. You got basic defense. So that can be quite good just to give, you know, an idea from a basic fight how, you know, how they would defend against your stuff. So they're obviously going to block some things. So if we go here, you can see now they're blocking the occasional one as we go forwards. It's not going to be that advanced, so if you do something a bit more advanced, then you will probably find that they hit a little better than certain things, you know, in another way. So just another method that you can do here. So we can up that to skilled defense, where it's going to be a lot harder to break their defense. We've got basic striking, all these sort of things here, basic ground game, free sparring. So if we go for free sparring, for example, what we'll see now is the opponent will attack us a little bit, but only basics. So it's getting a, you know, sort of stepping up a little bit here. So we can see they're there, and they should, there you go, they attack me a little bit there as well. So it's getting me used to sort of moving and blocking when they come forwards and thinking about how I could possibly attack them back. You know, just getting used to these controls. So going back to this though, you've got the game help again, and if we look at view moves, this is where you can see all the moves specific to the character that we have. So Leon Edwards here, we can see all the punches. We can have a little look at all the kicks that they've got and see what the buttons are, and more importantly how sort of highly they score with that particular skill. So the roundhouse kick is 5-star rated, so LB and B should be a damaging kick for this particular fighter. As we can see there, you can learn how to switch stance and, you know, just sort of move around and think about how you might use some of those sort of things here. You could also hit pause and go back to the practice settings and turn on the damage indicator to see, you know, how good that is as a move. The other things you've got here in the game help, you've got the controls. So if you need to see the controls themselves on your console or computer or whatever, you can see all of these here. And you can flick between these with advanced movement, grapple defense, all of this sort of stuff here. And then you can go down to things like submissions, transitions at grappling, a ground and pound, all these sort of things. And then you'll see how this works. So what you do when you're on the floor here, you get a little tutorial explaining all about it. And, you know, if you then sort of go all through those, you'll get an idea of that. But you could also see how you transition, whether you submit, how to take down defense, all these sort of things. So hopefully that helps explain how this all works. And if it did, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments welcome. If you need more help with the game, do let me know with what. I'll try my best to help with the future video as well. Thanks so much for watching.